Hi everyone, my name is Courtney Murphy and I am the Director of Community Health at Prevent Blindness Wisconsin. And today we're going to go over the basics of a children's vision screening. Prevent Blindness Wisconsin is a nonprofit organization located in downtown Milwaukee, but we service the entire state of Wisconsin with preventative vision health services. These services range from vision screenings, vision health education, and vision care management, as well as navigation to further vision care if it is needed. Next, we're going to go over how to vision screen a school-age child, which is going to be those first grade and older. For the first step for vision screening a school-age child, we want to choose our screening location. With this, we do want a nice brightly lit room, potentially a room that doesn't have too many windows in it to avoid glare on our Sloan wall chart. Once you have your vision screening room located, we now want to set up our vision screening lines. The number of vision screening lines is going to be dependent on the number of children that are being vision screened, as well as the number of vision screeners we have that day. For each vision screening line, we want to have the following: a Sloan wall chart, happy feet, alcohol wipes, a pointer, pens, an occluder paddle or occluder glasses, and a class list to identify each child as they come up to your vision screening line. To set up a school-age vision screening line, this is going to be a 10-foot testing distance. What we're going to do is we're going to identify a nice, clear, brightly lit, uncluttered wall, and we're going to take our Sloan wall chart and we're going to hang this 48 inches from the bottom of the wall up to the 2032 line. The 2032 line is the passing line for school-age children. If you have a student, though, during your vision screening day that may be a little bit taller or shorter, we can certainly move the chart up or down to satisfy that eye level at 2032. 48 inches up to the 2032 line is just a good guide for us to start with. After we have our wall chart hanging, we're now going to measure 10 feet out and put a strip of masking tape down. We're then going to take our happy feet and put the arches of the happy feet on that 10-foot line. We'll tape that down, and this is where the child is going to stand during their vision screening. There will be 2 people per screening lane for our school-age children. One is going to be the certified screener. This is going to be the person standing next to the child during the vision screening, gathering their name, age, if they wear prescription glasses, and documenting their vision screening results. The attendant is going to be the person on the other end of that 10-foot lane, pointing to the letters or the optotypes, depending on which side of the chart you use during the vision screening. So as a child comes up to your vision screening line, we want to greet them. We want to ask them their name, and we want to ask them if they wear glasses. If a child wears glasses and they have them at school that day, we want them to make sure that they have them on during the vision screening. If a child does have glasses, but maybe they may be at home or they may say to you that they're broken, we do want to write that down next to their name on the class list, just for documentation. As the child comes up to your vision screening line, you greet them. Again, we really want to make sure we're looking at their eyes. This is really going to be a good determinant of if you notice any appearance signs that may look problematic for them. Again, do the eyes look healthy? Do they look normal? Abnormal would be continuously watering eyes, red encrusted eyes, any signs of infection or possible eye injury, bruising, lacerations. Are the pupil sizes unequal between either eye? Anything out of the normal, we would want to document next to their name, and we would refer them to further vision care. We also want to observe for behavior signs during the vision screening, as well as any complaint signs. So behavior signs for a child would be, are they squinting to see the Sloan wall chart? Are they thrusting their head to one side? Are they excessively blinking during this vision screening? Are they trying to move the occluder paddle to see the wall chart clearly? C, so any complaint signs. Are you hearing the child complain during the vision screening? It's blurry, I see double, I can't see that. All would be warning signs we would document next to their name and refer them to further vision care for. Once we've confirmed the child's name and if they wear prescription glasses, we're now going to proceed with the vision screening. For our Sloan wall chart, we vision screen the right eye first and then proceed to the left eye. For occlusion of the eyes during the vision screening, we typically use our occluder paddle. For school-age children, we can use our occluder glasses as well. However, the occluder paddle does go over a little bit better with them during the vision screening. To occlude the child's eye, we are going to take the occluder paddle and make sure the section that does stick out at the top is facing the child's face. We want to hold the occluder paddle horizontal, covering the left eye completely. If they wear prescription glasses, we do want to cover over the glasses and not underneath. Once we have the left eye completely occluded, we are now going to proceed with pointing to letters or optotypes on our wall chart. Now that the left eye is occluded, we can begin the vision screening process. The attendant is going to start off with pointing to letters on the Sloan wall chart. If someone maybe doesn't know their letters, that's okay. We can actually flip the chart over and use the optotypes or symbols on the back side as well. To point to letters on the wall chart, the attendant does need to use a pointer, the back of a pen. We just can't use our finger because as we get down to our passing lines, it's really easy to cover those up. The attendant is going to choose whatever letter they want on the top line. I like to give enough space underneath the letter being shown because if we go up on the letter to the side of the letter, it can cover it up and the child may think it's a different letter. So we do like to give enough white space between the letter or the optotype and the pointer or pen that you are using. They're going to identify that first letter that you point to. If the child gets this letter correct, what we're going to do is we're going to move them down a line. If they get this first letter correct, you're going to continue to move them down a line. Same with this. We're going to continue to move them down the chart as they get the first letter we point to correct. I want to pause here for a moment and say at the top here, I do encourage you to bounce around. When it comes to school-age children, they're more likely to try to memorize the chart in their waiting period to be vision screened, so we do want to challenge them a little bit with this. So I do recommend bouncing around, not just sticking to the right side here for the right eye. However, once we get down to these two funnels here, we do want to stick to this right funnel as we get down to the passing line. It just makes it easier for you as the vision screener, but also for the child being vision screened too. If the child makes their way down to the passing line, which is 2032, the 2032 line is going to be the second line down on both sides where those funnels start. If they get down to the 2032 line, what we want to do is we want to stop and take them across on that line. The child must identify 3 out of 5 letters on that line to be considered passing in that right eye. Now, for example, let's say maybe someone doesn't get that first letter you point to on the second line. What do? What we want to do is we want to take them across on that line to make sure they can get the majority or 3 out of 5 correct before we move them down a line. If they can get the majority, we would take them down a line. And if they get this first letter correct, we're going to take them down another line. We don't have to continue to take them across. If they are on 2032, for example, and they can't identify 3 out of 5, what do? We want to move them up a line and take them across. Whatever line they can identify the majority of letters on is going to be their visual acuity score. When recording the results for the right eye, I do want to point out we always want to record the results that are listed on the right-hand side of the chart. You can see, for example, it says 2100, 2063, 2032. On the left-hand side of the chart here, it lists 1032, 1025. We always want to list the 20 over side, even if we are working with the left eye. Now that we've vision screened the right eye, we're going to do the same process with the left eye. We're going to take the occluder paddle and we are going to cover our right eye, testing the left eye. The attendant is going to go through the exact same process with the left eye, pointing to one letter per line as the child gets it correct. The main difference here is when we get down to the funnels, we want to stick to the left-hand funnel for the left eye, especially with that passing line. The child must identify 3 out of 5 letters correct on the 2032 line to be considered passing. If a child maybe doesn't know their letters, they're a little bit shy, maybe English isn't their first language as well, you can flip the chart over and do the symbols. It's going to be the same process for each eye. 1 symbol per line, and the passing line on the symbol side is going to be 2032 as well. And they must identify 3 out of the 5 symbols or optotypes on this side in either eye to be considered passing. While you are vision screening, if you do notice though a child is squinting, they're thrusting their head to one side, they're complaining during the vision screening, or they really just seem to be struggling to see letters on the chart, that is something we do want to document and we would refer them to further vision care for. The one thing I want to note with school-aged children, if they do not pass their first vision screening attempt, we want to send them to a different vision screening line in that room and have them be re-screened. The reason we do that is some kids are just really nervous to begin with and they may pass the second attempt. This helps with the over-referral process. Now that the vision screening is over, we do want to document the results for each child that's vision screened. If someone gets 3 out of 5 letters or symbols correct in both eyes, they would be considered a pass. On the class list, we can write down P for pass, or there may be a checkbox that says pass where we can put a check mark in. If someone did not pass their vision screening, we do want to write down the letter R next to their name, or there may be a do not pass box as well to put a check mark in. We also want to identify though the eye or eyes the child did not pass in. With this, we would write down their visual acuity score that they got in either eye. For example, say they got 2032 in the right eye, but they got 2040 in the left eye. They were rescreened and they have the same acuity scores in each eye. We would document 2032 or P for the right eye and 2040 for the left eye. After you document the results, we want to clean our occluder paddle, or if you use the occluder glasses, off with an alcohol wipe completely. If a child is in, say, first grade or so too, you can bribe them with a sticker as well. They may take it too, but the vision screening is now complete for school-age children. For documentation of vision screening results from the vision screening day, there are a couple different documents that the partner that you're working with or the school is using. They will give you the form that they typically use to send home for children that have either passed or were referred from the vision screening, or some school settings just send home a results form for those students that did not pass the vision screening. On these forms, you may see the Children's Vision Screening Results brochure. With the brochure, on the front side of the brochure, we just want to document the child's name, when the screening happened, and the site that it happened at, such as a child care center. On the inside left panel, we're going to document if the child was a pass, if they passed with their glasses on, or if they did not pass with glasses or without glasses, and which eye they did not pass in. Typically with the results brochure for child care centers, every child gets a brochure home, even if they passed the vision screening or they were referred on for further vision care. In other settings, we may see documentation using a results form instead. We typically see this for schools, private or public, to go home with just referred children from the vision screening. At the top, you will see we want to fill in the date of the screening, the site or school that it was at. We'll put down the child's name, grade, their teacher's name, and which eye they did not pass in. There is a section for children under the age of 6 where we would just circle the right, left, or both eyes if they did not pass in both. Or for those that are 6 years and older, there is a section where you can write down their acuity scores. If there are any observations listed for any of the ABCs observed during that vision screening, whether you are using a results brochure or filling out a results form, please put those down. We find that parents and caregivers are more likely to take their child into the eye doctor if we have those details down compared to just a referral box being checked. And that's how you vision screen school-age children. If you have any questions on the vision screening process, whether it be for preschool-age children or school-age children, please do not hesitate to reach out to Prevent Blindness Wisconsin or ask your teacher, professor, or if there is a school nurse present during the vision screening process. Prevent Blindness Wisconsin wants to thank you for volunteering your time to help offer these vision screenings in your community. Wisconsin is one of 9 states that does not require vision screenings for preschool or school-age children. So the work that we do together is extremely beneficial as children grow and develop. If you have any questions on the vision screening process or how to volunteer in your community, please contact Prevent Blindness Wisconsin with the contact information provided.